Yeah, people will make jokes.
Welcome to the weekend and welcome to your preview for we gotta get West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. Let's get into this. Feeling confident is the title of the stream, but it does have a question mark. Chat, how are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? Looking at the run of games that's coming up, can Forest, as simple as said, maybe win the next 7 games? My God, imagine that. Hope you guys in the chat are well. Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds as we look ahead to the West Ham versus Forest match. I'm tired. I just had enough. I hope you guys are well. Boys on the panel, hope you're well. Let's jump straight into this because, well, I just want to start. But I don't know if this is Ant or not, right? But Tommy, man, seriously, Tommy, right? You just bombarded the comments all week on the Ant fan and all this stuff. And yeah, he's here. So I hope you're happy, Ant. You want to say hi to Tommy, Ant?
Hi, Tommy. Good to see you, my friend. It's nice to know we've got at least one intelligent viewer. That's all I'm bothered about.
And speaking of intelligence, Dino, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. Thank you. Looking forward to the next run of games.
Good. And this is really where the accelerator needs to start coming down, in my opinion. And guys, we want to see that accelerator on those like buttons as well. So if you haven't hit that like button, we've been live 1 minute and there's well over 100 of you in here already. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, Dino, how you feeling about this one, mate?
You know me. I don't want to say. Because
moving on.
Yeah, I am kind of the new jinxerine, I think. So I really don't know what to say, but I'm feeling like. So there you go.
Well, I wasn't looking. What did you find? 3 bongs. What?
Well, yeah, if we don't win, yeah.
4? 4, I think he said 4.
What, are you saying 3-0 or 3 points? Just say it.
3 points.
3 points away from home.
Yes.
At the toilet bowl.
Yeah. They've had a game in midweek, haven't they?
Okay. Can I ask why?
If we continue with the same attitude and lineup that we did against Villa, we can win.
Sorry, the chat started already.
Sleep, man. That's why you woke up in a bad mood. You know, you woke up the wrong side of the sofa, I think.
No. With me, like when we start to get confident, that's when I start to get worried. Yeah, I've been in this game a long time with Forest, man. I've been in this game a long time. When you think we're gonna win it, I think back to Stoke as an example. Yeah, things like that. I know this isn't like, do we get into playoffs or not kind of thing, but anyway, it's just like, that's when I start to get worried. So I don't like us being overconfident. I don't mind me being overconfident, yeah, and then I get all the heat and slack. But if you boys are overconfident, if the chat is overconfident, that actually makes me feel less confident, right? So I don't know.
Is anyone else with me?
That's my worry. So chat, are you confident or not?
You've not even asked me yet. You've not even asked me yet. How do you know I'm confident?
Because you're always cocky. That's why. Just before we ask Anna, let's say hi to a few of you in the chat. Lukey boy, hello. I'll be there Sunday. Is anyone else going? Let us know in the chat if you are going. I was going back to calling you Blackademus, man. This whole freaking meshing of two names doing my head in. Can we clarify the match will take place? Oh yeah, Sunday. Well, Ez is just finishing his dreadlocks, and he'll be on in just a second once he's reset his router. Brandon, my boy Brandon, the £2. Thank you so much, bro. Thanks, Dino. You just guaranteed 0 points. Yep.
Soz, Brandon. Soz.
Yeah. By the way, you butchered the spelling of guaranteed, but I'm not even going to laugh at you because it is the hardest word in the English language.
It's that you. It's that you, isn't it?
I always get those mixed up. Yeah.
It's a tough one, mate. So I can
not an E as well, guaranteed.
Thank you so much for the £2, bro. What is the hardest word you guys in the chat find spell. Honestly, for me, phlegm, F-L-E-M.
Phlegm.
No, it's P-H-L-E-G-M. Phlegm.
P-L.
Told you.
Yeah, there's a H in there, isn't there?
Nah, you're spelling it the American way, man.
The thing is with guaranteed, you can put the U anywhere,
If they're
can't
going
you?
to spell it the simple way, it'll be them, if anybody.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough, Brandon. Fair enough. Oh, I knew it.
There you go.
Oh, good. Not just a pretty face. And Chris with the £10, the £10 or the 10 months. Thank you so much, Chris, bro. Hope you're well. More confident after watching West Ham last night. Yeah, I thought Scarpa looked good, but if I say his name, I will get ridiculed in here. I really will. And Anonymous with the £5 donation. Thank you so much, bro. We haven't even got started yet. And ladies and gents, we do have our very own Dreadlock Rasta at the backstage without a camera yet. He's slowly working his way in. We'll say hi to Luke as well with the 6 months. Thank you so much, Luke, bro. Appreciate it. And is he? Look at him, freshly cut, freshly dreadlocked up.
I can't see you. Oh, here we go. I can see you now.
What are you, John Cena?
You give me some dodgy hardware, mate.
Bro.
Yeah. You give me some dodgy hardware, mate.
It's like you're waving from space. You know, like you see him in the shuttle waving. It's like really slow.
Is that it? Is that it? They're all disappointed, man. They're all disappointed.
As long as we can hear your dulcet tones, mate, that's all that matters.
Exactly. Evening, Paul. Hope you're well. Look at that perm.
Yeah, they love it. They love it, really.
Yeah. By the way, just before we get into what these two think as well, we got a video coming out next week where we got exclusive access. We got exclusive access to the Forest training ground. We did a few interviews there yesterday with a lot of the ladies' teams. There's a huge match coming up on the 19th of November against Newcastle. Make sure you get your asses down to the City ground because they're going to need your support. You support the Forest team. That's all the teams. So make sure you're there. I think tickets are only like £8 for that game, if I remember rightly. Or £1 if you're a, what was it called again, Ant? A blue
member.
Blue member. Yeah. Chat. What's a blue member?
Cold.
I don't know. Me and Ant were trying to figure it out. But yeah, get your asses in there. The video will be out next week. And another £2 in from Brandon. Why does Ez look like his Wi-Fi comes from a potato? He would love it to come from a potato. That would be an upgrade, Brandon. It would be an absolute upgrade. And then just finally, very quickly, we've got a live event with Big Norm, an audience with Big Norm on the 7th of December at, where was it again, boys?
In for a penny.
In for a penny. Thank you very much. This is extremely limited tickets. Like, when they're gone, they're gone. I told you a lot about it last time with Stuart Pearce. They literally sold overnight. So I'll put the link up if you want the tickets. I think they're only about £6-7. And it'll be just as much fun as the one we did with Pearce. And everyone keeps telling me what a cracking impression Big Norm does of Mark Crosley.
A great
I'm tired. So we will, of course, be getting him to do those impressions of the great man. So I'll get that link up for you. And without further ado, and are you confident?
Right, you know me. I don't believe in this jinx business. Right, I don't think we have that power. Never have done. I am confident. I am bizarrely confident. I'm a lot confident than for any game last season away from home. I can tell you that. I think if we play the way that we can play, which we have now seen an example of on Sunday, and I think we're pretty likely to keep a very, very similar team because evidently we've got, apart from Hudson-Odoi, we've got no injuries. So we should be able to have pretty much the same team, I would suggest. Same formation, I would suggest. And having seen West Ham have had a very up and then down season. And last night, they were fucking dreadful. If we'd have played them last night, we'd have won 5-0. They were terrible last night. So if they continue that form into Sunday, I think we've got every chance of winning that game. If we play to our potential, we should win that game because we are a better team than them at the moment, in my belief.
So you are overconfident then?
No, I'm not overconfident. I'm confident.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Done is. Done. Say your piece.
Ez. Oh, Ez.
No, what above? No, just echoing what Ant says. Really. Oh fuck, man. Fuck.
No, he never said that.
We can hear you swearing, yeah.
This is a disaster.
We can hear you, bro. Just carry on. We just can't see you. Thank God.
Let's start again. Let's start this whole thing again. Back in a bit.
Oh, he's back in.
Oh, okay. He's gone to the dark side, literally. All right. On that note, but I've got to say, I watched him yesterday. I've watched him a bit. I said 3 weeks ago, West Ham will drop like a stone and they will be in a relegation fight. I can just see it coming. Right? And they have been crap the last 3 games. However, they still have some dangerous players. Yeah, as much as I like to say the piss out of Jace and Lawless, but I just don't think they're cohesive enough as a team. I think they still haven't really fired. They prefer to play in a counter-attacking style, somewhat low block in itself. Yep. But I look at Ward-Prowse and I look back to when he was playing Southampton last season and that 4-3, was it 4-3 in the end when we beat him?
Yeah, 4-3, yeah.
But he scared me every time he put the ball in, man. And he's been almost what they've built their bedrock of goals around this season in terms of a lot of corner goals, a lot of dead ball goals, etc. And we haven't been that great at defending them ourselves. So do you worry about potentially the mistakes that we might make in those set plays, in those dead ball situations, especially with that one of a left foot he's got? Because you put some great crosses in yesterday as well.
You've got to have somebody on the other end, though, haven't you?
That was my point. That was going to be my point. Not only that, I think our midfield can take care of him. We've got some strong lads in there, whether it be Sangare or Mangala. I think that they can clamp him down. And as Dino quite rightly points out, who they're playing it to? Who's he playing it to? And we've got Niakate and we've got Murillo in defence. Why should we be concerned about that? They have got some good players. Having said that, they've got some. Kudos is obviously a good player.
Yeah.
Although last night he wasn't great. They've probably got somebody else that's quite good as well.
Bowen.
Bowen.
That's the one. I knew there was somebody I missed. Yeah,
they've got a strong midfield, haven't they? They've got a strong midfield.
So have we. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's not. You listen. We can go there. The pressure's all on them. That's the thing for me. The pressure's all on them.
Dino, do you think they've got to be the ones who come out and attack? Is the onus going to be on them to set the pace of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think didn't they play Bowen up front in the week?
They did.
So they must be struggling for striker then. So what's happened with the striker?
Well, they got Antonio, haven't they?
Antonio's kind of, I think he's falling out of favour a bit, isn't he, with the West Ham fans, Antonio?
West Ham fans don't like him,
yeah.
And
so,
which is wrong, really, because he's been a good servant for them, hasn't he? You know, and they've turned on him so quickly. But I guess if he's not doing the business, they have a right to, I guess. But
yeah, and the other problem they got is Danny Ings still can't header the ball because his transplant still haven't set in. So they got.
I don't know what's happened to Danny Ings. He just doesn't look like he doesn't look like a Premier League player anymore. That's for sure.
I don't think he is he?
I don't think so.
He's never really made it.
I can't see our centre backs struggling with Danny Ings, you know what I mean? Or Antonio, to be honest. I don't.
Did you see
against us last season?
That's last. I can't remember.
Last season's wrong. No, go on, Dino.
I can't remember where I saw it. Somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat. Who was it? About who we played last season? Who was in our squad? Colback, Freuler. And it was like it looked like a random first 11 compared to what we've got now. We're much better off this season, much better off. So where we were kind of begging for a draw last year, I think we've got to go into some games now. I think it's just that away form. If we could crack a few wins away, it'd be fantastic for us. Really,
and we have been playing reasonably well away, haven't we?
Say again.
I'm with Dino. We've been playing reasonably well away from home. We've played some really, really the hardest games you can play, and we've played reasonably well, haven't we?
Lee, Bruce, hello. How are you? What are you doing here? Is your guy's not streaming tonight?
Hold that. Who does
Lee support? Who does Lee support?
Villa. He's a bro.
But they've just lost 2-0 to us. Have they come on here for a bit more pain?
You know what it is? It's because they wear the same color kit. Because they wear the same color kit, he feels like he must back West Ham. Yes, as you back.
I think that Lee's going to have to be effed off out the chat. He's getting a bit silly now.
I'll let the mod deal with him. Let the mods deal with him.
It's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? We don't need that sort of thing in the chat.
Go and watch a replay of the game, bro, because...
Go look at your highline.
You dappy cunt. Okay. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll check the scoreline as well when I get there. Yeah. All right.
I was there, mate. I was there. We should have had 6 against you. You were shit. You were fucking shit, mate. That high line that twat of a manager plays with a bit. If the officials hadn't been so quick on the flags, we'd have had 6. So piss off back to your shitty brummy.
He's gone. I've kicked him. He's gone.
Goodbye.
He's gone. I've kicked him.
Oh, we could have played with him a little.
You were that. I wanted him gone. He's gone.
Thank you so much for the £2. Lee Bruce, get yourself some tissues, isn't it? It's like trust the Brummies to mix up the name Bruce Lee. But anyway, is he with us or not, man?
Ez,
Ezzy, you absolutely smacked off your tits.
It's not working. No, it's not working, man. It's fucking a joke. Can you hear me, guys? It's lagging like a mofo over here.
Yeah, you are lagging. We can hear you. About 3 minutes after you said that. That might be better. Yeah, it's better not looking at you. Yeah, it is.
For people out there that are watching, I know it's really funny, right? But you know, when you're on the other end of it, it is so frustrating when you just don't know what's wrong with it. Why is it not working? It's so frustrating.
Now, you know what's going to be frustrating? I feel sorry for the guys who are going to watch this on the podcast, who just hear these little moments of silence. Just to explain to you all, right? Ez doesn't know how to fix his internet. He's still stuck on dial-up. Even though he's paying Virgin like 300 quid a month for like 6 gig worth of internet, yeah, he still looks like he's on dial-up. All right.
Yeah, to be fair, he's just learning to use a calculator right now. We're hoping to move in up after this. Another year on learning how to use a calculator.
With your abacuses, man. I'm just going to mute him because he's echoing us. Martin with a 199. Binoculars at the ready for Sunday's game. Come on, you Reds, West Spam. That is true, man. That stadium is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Rent-A-Cop Stadium as well. And the 12 months from Martin. It's all going off here. Okay. So, hold on. One more with Brandon with £2. Ez Wi-Fi contractor is still from Pluto. Is Pluto even anymore? I think they downgraded it.
Sorry, mate. I had to keep checking my telly last night to make sure it wasn't on mute because that fucking quiet at that ground last night. Unbelievable.
It's so far away.
Some good news that we've had. I've just watched Cooper's presser. We apparently have most people back other than Hudson-Odoi training. Yep. So,
chat, do you believe
that medical team, that medical team?
I love the medical team.
Do you believe that? Because what's he said, Dino? Everyone back apart from Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi, yeah. And they tried to push him with, certain players that had pushed for a place, and he wasn't willing to say. But he said, like, everybody's back in contention. We'll just see tomorrow. I mean, he knows his team tonight, doesn't he? You never go into Saturday morning not knowing your team. So you would decide your team on a Friday after training. So yeah, everyone's back.
What if you're playing on the Sunday though?
Oh God, it's me this week.
He's got a point.
We've all caught it from S. What's going on?
And I don't know why, because we never play. How often do we play on a Saturday at 3 o'clock? You think we'd
like one game, maybe 2 this season? Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, 7. I'm sick of the Sunday games as well.
Honestly, man, I got work on Monday. It's just like so. And Alex Fenless is in here now as well. He's so sick of it. What do you care, man? You're top of the Predictor League. Yeah, you just
imagine how I feel because on a Sunday we often clash with Arsenal. How do you think I feel?
All right, but let's focus on that team because someone in the chat was asking about Felipe. Let's just have the Felipe conversation now. Does that mean Felipe is fit? Because I've seen him more on training videos in season than any other player. And I've seen him run diagonally as well.
No. That's just because you only have eyes for him. That's why he just appears to be on more than anybody.
He's so beautiful.
He's messed up since he cut his man bun off.
I told you.
That's it. The minute he cut his man bun off, that was it. Cooper's like, I don't like you anymore.
No, I think he lost his powers.
Maybe. I actually think he's kind of I don't know if he's an unofficial coach. I don't know. It just seems a bit weird to me. He's like you say, he's not been on the training video just this week. It's been for weeks.
It reminds me of when you cut your man bun off, Dino. You stopped being funny after that.
You can't remember that. You weren't even born then.
I think it's really, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's really useful having him around, even if he's not playing, because obviously we've got Brazilians in the side, and not only do we have Brazilians in the side that he can communicate with his own language with, but also what a fantastic professional hard defender to learn off. You know what I mean? Amabamadeli and Mario, they can only learn good stuff off him. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion.
I mean, I can see Louise is a big fan. Me and Louise in that Felipe fan. Ladies in the chat.
Is that fit or fit? Which fit is that? Is he capable of playing, or is he just damn good looking?
Hello.
Which one is it?
Hold on a minute. All the ladies in the chat, all the Bond girls we've got, the FFTV Bond girls, they're all coming in now. Look.
Hey, she's married, right? She's married. Careful. Careful.
Yeah. Right. But she's got eyes.
Men in the chat. I mean, it's the 21st century.
You're not a lady, but
all right. But joking aside, on Felipe, I want to ask you guys this question: if he was match fit, let's live in this fantasy world that all the girls are living in right now, right? If he was match fit, would you start him tomorrow? Sunday. Shit.
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
I think the defensive partnership we've got right now, I'm hoping, is the one going forward for at least the rest of the season. If that's the case, they need to play together.
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
I hope your husband's watching, Laurie. I really do. I really do. Is there anyone?
Is he free pass, Laurie? Is he free pass?
Free pass. The whole pass.
Whole pass. Is it on the old like Ross style on the laminated list?
Who's your husband's free pass, Laurie? If Philip is yours,
it's got to be Scott.
I need to know the answer to this.
As long as you don't mention a work friend.
Okay, if Felipe was fully match fit, guys in the chat, would you start him? The poll is up there. Let me know. Paul T with the 199.
Sorry. I'm bringing that
up. Where's it gone?
You bring up? Yeah. Sorry.
£2 for Ez's internet, seeing I work at your ISP. Do you really, bro? Bro, can you get them to lay down the full fiber at my house? It's doing my head in.
Mine too.
But thank you so much, bro. We'll make sure that goes into Ez's fund. He is our best defender. Let's get these comments up. Crazy Cat Lady suddenly freaking comes alive as well.
Where you been? Yeah. Fucking mention of Felipe and you appear again.
Bang, she comes straight to the front. You wouldn't kick him out for farting in the sis, John. What about shitting?
Boys in the chat, sit back. Let the ladies take over now.
Honestly, they're all coming up. And I can't believe this chat. 75% are saying no, they would not start Felipe.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't be too surprised. I mean, the guys have been playing even, prior to Niakate coming back. Bolly was playing amazingly well. And it's a bit of a,
But I would, but Dino, I would have replaced Bolly with Felipe, but I'm not.
I'll tell you what it's a bit like.
With Felipe.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it's a bit like, and it's a bit like waiting for Turner to make one mistake and then replace him, isn't it? Really. You see what I did there? Did you see what I did there, everyone?
He's on one. He's on one.
He's still on there.
I'm with
Stay
Brandon.
in there. Stay in, please. Just till you come off.
I think the difference is that everybody was kind of wanting to make Turner to make a mistake to get.
No, that's exactly it. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, bro.
No,
I'm getting annoyed because I just want to. Right, I'm going to share my screen. Yeah.
He speaks.
I've just done a speed test. Hang on. Oh shit.
Speed. I want to say it was speed, mate.
Yeah, amphetamines he's on about.
Like it sounds like more of a
Yeah,
relaxing.
on the mandate with his best bud. Is it Felipe?
Speed test and it's showing 167 gig.
You've been safe hands.
Crypto with the 4.99. Knock knock. Who's there? As who? Not sure. Can't hear him. I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know what.
Have you seen Laurie's response?
Yeah.
He'll be out with the band.
Yeah, where were you 30 seconds ago, Dino? When we were
we've just done that one.
Yeah, no, I was on. Sorry, I was on S time for a minute.
Okay, chat. I'm disgraced at you that 77% have said no, they wouldn't have Felipe back in. He's our best defender.
Would you, yeah, but we're talking about the rest of the season now.
I don't give opinions on here. I'm just the host. Okay. I'm just the host. Yeah.
Okay.
Ez would have him back.
Because do me a favor, bud. Ez, turn your camera off. Join the conversation. Forget your internet. We can hear you.
What, Felipe? I just voted no, mate.
Yes. Oh.
And on that bombshell.
No, he's still there.
Cameras off.
Still there. That's fine. It's just
that's been sent in by another podcast to dive bomb our live stream.
I don't know. Right, Ez, I'm going to ask you a question and you're then just going to answer it, okay? How are you feeling about tomorrow's game? We're all going to wait for the 10 seconds of silence and then we'll hear what he has to say. Go. I'll do it like a radio thing. When I say over, you start talking. Charlie, this is Tango.
Well, it won't be tomorrow's game. I'm looking forward to Sunday's game.
Is he asking?
I was looking forward to Sunday's game, and if he sticks with the same team, happy. I don't care what the lag is. If he sticks with the same team, I'm happy. That's what I said. What I've got to say. See you later. That's
him out.
Mic drop.
You have to say over and out.
Exactly.
Was that worth the wait?
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. Okay. And Morgan Gibbs White. There's been a lot of talk about him this week on this right-hand side position. I still personally don't feel we're getting all the juice out of him that we can. Do you think we should slightly tweak the formation to put him more centrally, or do you think we carry on doing what we're doing and just shove him out on the right? Or option 3, would you drop hhim?
Right, with the current setup we've got, I don't think you can bring him more centrally because you'd end up trying to play number 10 and there's no room for a number 10 there. It's just not the formation. So personally, I've been a big advocate of drop him. He's not been good enough, blah, blah, blah. But I think on that right-hand side, I mean, he'll naturally drift in anyway, won't he? That's just nature. He'll naturally drift in anyway. So that's where I would play him. Because on Sunday, I felt that although he wasn't earth-shattering, I thought he was quite good. I thought he was okay. You know what I mean? He wasn't like in some games where you thought, that's terrible. And I think that if he can learn to play that role, I mean, obviously, he's not got great pace, so he's not going to strip off a defender and go and put the ball in. That's not his game. But that doesn't mean he can't come inside and lay balls inside, which I think is more his forte anyway. So, yes, at the moment, not only that, we don't really have a lot of alternatives on that right-hand side, if I'm honest. If Hudson-Odoi was fit, that might be a conversation. Hudson-Odoi on the left and Elanga on the right, or Scarpa, if you like.
Scarpa's gone, man.
Listen, Dino, I've got to be honest, mate. Last night when Scarpa came on, it's the first time since we signed the guy that I kind of wasn't that bothered because he's kind of gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gone. You got to leave it.
Bit like you then, man. Welcome back.
I agree with you.
No,
I don't.
no, I'm not. No.
I agree with you. I don't think he's droppable at the minute. I think, it would be more of a difficult conversation to be had if Hudson-Odoi was fit. Then that would be a difficult conversation for me, because I would go for 2 natural wingers personally, or 2 inside forwards. But I have seen him pick up. I even said in not the last game, the game before against Luton, I think I saw different things from him. And again, last week, like you say, it wasn't earth shattering, but it was tidy. His football was tidy. But it's just whether people see that as a weakness down that side, because he's going to drop in.
What I'm saying is, would you tweak the formation to make him more effective?
No.
Why?
No, because then you go too narrow then, and then all they've got to do is play with 2 wide, and you've overloaded again. So no,
not
I wouldn't leave it as it
not
is.
necessarily. You could put him in the 10 and go 3 still across the front of that.
Yeah, but then who's the 3? Because who's now going in his place on the right?
Nico Williams there or something. I don't know. He seems to play everywhere. I'm not saying I would. I'm just making the counter arguments.
No, it's too risky after you've just had a really good result. I think it's too risky. It's not the time to risk it.
Okay.
Not yet. Not with the run of games we've got coming up to Christmas Day. I think if you find a winning-ish formula, or a good formula that works and gives you a clean sheet, we should milk as many points as possible. I don't know if the chat's seen the next few games, but they're pretty favourable.
We'll come on to that. Okay. The other thing I want to say about Morgan Gibbs-White is many congratulations, bro, because he's just had a baby son. Good luck. Yeah, once he gets to 3, let me know.
Man. His problems aren't the same as ours regarding children. He'll probably have 36 nurses, 28 babysitters. A mansion where the baby's room's like 14 blocks away. I shouldn't worry about him.
Yeah, but joking aside, many congratulations. Make sure he bleeds red, of course, and don't let him support Wolves. But congratulations to you and your missus. But the last thing I want to say on him, would you still keep him as captain? And because wake up saying Mangala or Niakate for captain.
Yeah, I don't give a shit who's captain. You know that. When you ask me this question, you are aware I don't give a shit who's captain.
I know,
it's totally irrelevant.
We're contractually obliged to ask the question.
It's leaders on the pitch you need, not someone with an armband. I don't care.
Wait, why is he saying his comments are getting blocked? They're not.
I've just put a couple in starred from Brandon.
Not blocked. They're not blocked. They're in there.
No, I think we missed. Did we miss? I think we missed this.
And then I've got the £2 ear from Brandon as well. As internet is as far back as his hairline.
Sorry, Brandon, I missed that.
He'll probably hear it when he watches the replay tomorrow. Okay, a lot of the chat say Niakate for captain. Niakate is a leader. I would agree with that. I would agree with it personally. Look, I will step up to the plate here and give my opinion. I would still play the same formation, but I would drift Morgan into the middle, as Ant was saying. But I would put Niakate as captain, man. I think he should have come in as captain last season.
What difference do you think that would make? Do you think it's going to make a difference to Niakate whether he's got an armband or not? If he leads that defense, it's going to do the same job.
No, it does make a difference.
No, I agree with Ant again. Amazingly, it's getting a bit of a common theme now, and Ant and I share the same views about captains anyway. They're not like they used to be. I actually agree with Laurie's assessment of it here. Seems to keep him focused. I wouldn't take it off him. I'd keep him with it. It helps him improve as a player.
That's a cracking point. That's a cracking point. It might not affect the team, but it might affect MGW. And if it does, then that's only a good thing.
Yeah.
No, I disagree, because look, the way I see captains as the person who dictates the tempo of the game, who dictates the passion and forces the way that he wants to see play. That's why I didn't think Joe Worrell was doing it so well, because like in a way, when you're performing badly, you're the first person who should be out there performing as best as you can, which we didn't see in Joe Worrell. And leadership. And also, I've just got this weird thing where I like a captain to be a centre-back or a CDM, not an attacking player, and especially not a goalkeeper. I hate goalkeeper captains. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But for me,
yeah. Sorry, go on. I thought you finished.
Oh, God knows where he is, man. But
I was
for
just going
me,
to ask him because he's in the background.
Niakate showed captaincy on last Sunday when he played. That to me was the first time I felt like that's the Niakate we've signed, man. He led it. He led it. Why are you doing this?
There you go. Because there you go. He didn't have the captain's armband on.
Yeah, I know, but
he
wanted
it. He wanted it.
See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you got an armband or not. You're either a leader or you're not.
I don't think anybody's bothered about captains. Ez, would you have MGW as captain?
Only him. Can you send it in an email, Ed, whether you think that? Send us an email, Ed.
If you can hear me, if you can hear me, I don't see any point in changing it right now. I don't see any benefit.
Yep,
we can hear you. Over.
Okay.
Over.
Ez, would you like to say something a little longer? Over.
Wankers.
Over.
No,
wankers over it is. Mohammed's already gave us a bollocking for swearing, so let's calm it down a bit.
All right. Nella Dan says, quick point before I head off to start this lovely Saturday morning in Australia. How does it see Sangare looking more involved and committed? You can shut up now, Ez. Into the club last week.
Over.
Yeah, I did see. Did anyone see his video on the thing on the Forest channel where he was like saying who would be the best cook, who would look after a dog, and all this shit?
Yeah.
I didn't really like.
I tell you what. You look after your dog. Who was that? But I can't remember. But United players. Do you know the Man United players have been banned from having dogs? Do you know that?
I don't like dogs. I'd actually.
Is there a
punchline
to this? Do you know? Is there a punchline?
Can't hold a lead. That's it. That's the joke.
That's
the second one. Go back and edit it. Edit the first bit out.
The punchline. He literally
hold on to a lead.
It's gone. It's gone, mate. It's gone. Ez might laugh in a minute though. But
it's the way I don't tell him.
I still don't think he's settled in. I'll be honest with you, Sangare. He's like, oh, he's laughing.
Over. Joke's over.
Yeah. He's still, to me, I think once he's learnt the language, he will be a lot more comfortable. I think, and for me, that will then reflect his performances on the pitch. I got a lot of stick for saying he was S Club 7, by the way. I still stand by that. Sangare is S Club 7, 100%.
Give the guy 100%. A chat. Give the guy a break. New country, foreign language, new team, new system. Total fish out of water. Give him a break. He's had a few games, and Sunday was his best game. So that's progression. He'll get there. He is S Club 7, whatever that is.
And the other thing I'd say as well is, like, I know we tag him as really expensive at 30 million. Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
But
that's a good point.
That's really cheap, right?
Yeah. Mason Mount, 60 million.
Exactly. Anthony, 90 million. You got
Brennan Johnson, 47.5 million.
47.5 million. Kai Havertz, what did they pay for him? 60 nearly million or whatever.
I was thinking that the other day, I think it was on a podcast. It might have even been on one of ours. Somebody was saying, you spent all this million on Sangare and that. And I was thinking, no, it was 30 million to somebody to the top 10 teams. That's kind of, little side deal. Do you know what I mean? It's not big for the Premier League. So you're quite right. It's a good point.
And that's my point. I think everyone's holding this. I think everyone's holding this 30 million price tag on his head like it's freaking Declan Rice's 110 million or whatever he cost as well. Right.
Here's an interesting one. Here's an interesting one. Big mistake. How many of the now we've got Sangare in, and we've got over that initial excitement about him, and you've seen him on the pitch now. Who thinks in the chat and on the panel as well, was it a mistake? Because remember, his money helped bring a couple of other players in. So was it a mistake? Would you have him back tomorrow and send Sangare back, for example? That's a question. Wolverine.
I would love to ask Ez that. I would love to ask Ez that.
Yeah, Ez. Right. Okay.
Go and try it.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll give it a go. Ez, would you? Because you're a Jono lover. Would you bring Jono back and send Sangare back, or would you?
No,
keep
I
it
wouldn't.
as it is?
Don't waste my time by asking me those stupid questions, man.
I've not said over yet. Over.
No.
Not just Sangare and Murillo.
Oh no, you and over. Go on.
For those of you watching on the podcast, we're waiting for Ez to receive
your battery's not died.
Of Dino.
That's the second time you said watching on the podcast. You kind of listen to a podcast, don't you?
On a Saturday, a Sunday, a Sunday. Ez, what do you think? What's your synopsis? Over. Okay. All right. Would you like to go in on that one, Ant? Over.
Yeah, go on then. Ez might pop in a couple of minutes. I'll shut up if I hear from him. No, not at all. No, come on. Are we a better side this season than last season? Yes. It's one of the reasons for not that we sold Jono because he's a bad player. Don't misunderstand me, but because we were able to replace Jono with Sangare, Murillo, etc. You know, it's better for our club. And Jono's all right. He's a push and run merchant. He's okay, but not at all for me. Not at all.
I actually think that Jono looks better in that Spurs team on that left-hand side than he did.
We've not seen enough. We've not seen enough yet.
I know we haven't seen much, but I'm seeing glimpses of what he can produce. Like suddenly he can cross the ball with his left foot. I was like, where's that come from? You know, and he will. I think eventually you'll find him cutting in and then shooting on his right foot. Something I don't know. Ez mentioned it last season. Would have liked seeing him
as well last season. Inside forward on that side.
Yeah. So I think the point I'm making here is I actually think that deal was best for all parties. Spurs will be able to develop Jono, and hopefully he continues to carry on apart from when we play them.
Who cares?
Yeah, I still have a soft spot for him, right?
He's a Spurs player, mate.
And then secondly, I am fully in agreement with the chat, who 90% are saying, no, it was not a mistake to sell Jono. Because as you guys have mentioned, it wasn't just it was mainly Sangare. If the Jono deal hadn't gone through, we wouldn't have got Sangare. But then they had the domino effect on Amabamidele. Then it had Origi. Okay, we can debate Origi in a minute. But all these signings build out a bigger squad and a better squad. And I think most people would agree this season's squad is 100% better than last season's squad. And that's the key point here. And to judge Sangare now after he's played, how many games has he played? 5, 6, top, something like that? That's too early.
I think, is he? 5.
It's too early. And also what I would say is he's not been bad. He's not been bad. He had one bad game for me. The rest have been decent games. But I think we're all holding him to this standard up here for a guy who's only, I'll repeat, only £30 million. That's my point now. Okay. So
a really good point about the money, actually. Really good point about the money. You know, when you look at the Anthonys of this world that are just a complete failure at 80, 90 million?
90, yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Euros, yeah.
Maybe we just need to calm it down a bit about him.
Yeah, many more. And Chris Wood cost us, 20 million.
Oh, yeah.
But he's bagging him in now.
By that standard. God, Ez is moaning to me on WhatsApp, sending pictures of his internet, 235 and what have you. Okay. That's
like possession stats of 86%, but you lost 3-0. That's what that's like, yes.
Exactly.
He's getting 235 megabits per second.
Okay.
Yes.
So are we all in agreement, boys? Coming back to the game, keep the team the same as possible. The one person I'm worried about is Harry Tuffolo, because I don't know if he's fit, because he came off halfway through the last game. And then obviously Cooper said in his presser that everyone trained apart from Callum Hudson-Odoi. He never said everyone's fit. That's the key thing for me here. Do you think, Dino, that Tuffolo is fit? And do you think he'll start tomorrow?
If he isn't, we've got reasonable backup there, haven't we?
That's not what I asked.
More than reasonable. More than reasonable.
Well, how do I know that question? Only Cooper knows that, and the medical team. Why
I
asking me questions?
I said,
why are you asking me questions that are actually a bit dumb?
How's that a dumb question? It's a very valid question.
You think he's fit?
Yeah, I didn't say do you know. I didn't say do you know. I said do you think he's fit?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not, because if you know, then you have inside information.
Is he fit? Oh, yes, he's fit to do 45 minutes.
Great, so he's injured then.
Dino, do you think I've got a headache?
Yeah, but what you should have said is, do I know you've got a headache?
Yeah, do you know?
There's a big difference.
Do you know if I've stuck my toe or not?
All right, let me rephrase the question then.
I'll stick my oar in if you like. And
just before you do, and Jordan, thank you for the 14 months. Go ahead, stick your oar.
Yeah, I'll stick my oar in. If he's fit, I'd play him on the left and Aina on the right. If he's not fit, I'd play Aina on the left and Sergio Aurier on the right. We don't have any. It's not a big problem.
But would you not keep Aina on the right hand side and then bring maybe Nico Williams on the left?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
Not for this match, because I think that we need to be defensively strong. And Nico's, I mean, his little cameo was brilliant, by the way, on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I think that Aurier and, well, particularly Aina are better defenders, if you like. So, in fact, Aina's better at everything. So no,
I've completely forgot about him.
Montiel,
yeah.
I'd like to see more of him, because he has, in his last game or two, he has looked really, really good. You know, and I think if we're on the front foot, particularly, I think that yes, is a great substitute to bring on. Like, if Serge's struggling in the second half and we need some more potent attack, then take Serge off and bring.
I'm not 100% on Serge at the minute.
I'm with you,
to be honest.
Last season, this season, I don't know. He's just, I don't know. He gets caught out of position a lot. And when he's out of position, he just doesn't come back to plug it up. He just kind of gives up.
Let me put it another way. If Montiel on Sunday was playing on the right and Aina on the left, I wouldn't have a problem. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think we're fairly okay in that area at the moment with everybody fit.
Yeah, but Dina, you'd be with me.
Yeah, I would.
You'd go Aina right and then not Tufflo, Williams on the left.
Williams, yeah, I've got no problem with that. He played actually quite well last year on the left when he played on those couple of games on the left. He did quite well. He's a little Terry, you know.
Yeah, he is. I like him. I like Williams.
Yeah,
I feel a bit sorry for the fact he can't get game time, so he can't improve, can he? Do you know that?
Yeah, I mean, their right side, our left side defense is kind of a bit of a strength for them, isn't it? To get Bowen down there a lot. You've got Kudos down there a lot this week, you know. It's quite a strength there, so we do need some strength there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you want to play your best defender, then, don't you? And I would say
so,
that
Aina.
Yeah. I would say Aina's a better defender.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know, because I think Aina's chat. Let me know what you think in the chat. Who would be your left back and who would be your right back? Let's assume Tufflo is injured. I just want to know what you would do. I still think I'm not fully convinced by Nico Williams. I'll say that, because in a 4, I still don't think he's as strong as when he's playing as a left wing back. I get what Ez is saying. I get what you guys are saying. I think if Kudos ended up on their right hand side, he would outmuscle, for me, Nico Williams. Nico Williams isn't that physical as on the defensive side of things. So yeah, you can make the argument for Aina to play at left back to cover off Kudos. Bowen's a little shit anyway. I think Williams could handle him physically. It's not. I don't like Bowen, man.
I don't know if he could. I don't know if he could. Bowen is quite strong. If you look at him, he's only a little lad, but he's got that low center of gravity and that bulk about him. He's quite strong.
He's a knob.
Bowen.
I'm
not saying Nico couldn't handle him. I'm just saying I don't think you can accuse him of being a weak, easy to push off the ball.
And do you see a 5-back coming?
No.
Pardon?
Do you see a 5 at the back coming?
No, I honestly don't. I think Cooper is set on 4 at the back now.
Yeah,
unless we're playing one of the really, really, proper top teams. I don't think West Ham are at that level.
I don't think he will.
I'd be disappointed if it was I'd be really fucking disappointed if it was a back five, because there's no need. They're not that good.
And I don't think Cooper will do it even against like an Arsenal or a whatever, or a Man City. I just feel like he's got enough cover in that midfield that he doesn't need to put an extra centre back in, which takes away from the potential attack. I think if we're going to see anything, you may see a more packed out midfield. But if Murillo and Niakate continue how they were from the last game, and let's face it, as much as I've taken a piss out of the Villa fans, Watkins was in a purple patch. Yeah, I don't fully rate him as a striker, but was being the key word. He was in a purple patch, and Niakate had him in his absolute pocket, and they couldn't break through. And Diaby, I've said in the summer, for me, is probably going to be the signing of the season. Didn't notice him in the match at all.
Yeah.
But if you can handle, and Watkins and Diaby both have pace, both have power, and both can shoot. Yeah. And you could argue they're at that higher level in the Premier League of the ability to do it. Therefore, there should be no reason at all for any kind of stupid back five playing, especially West Ham, especially any of the teams we've got coming up. Yeah, it's a waste of a body deeper that you could put higher up on the pitch. In my opinion,
I agree. I mean, I did call that for I said you stop Diaby, you stop Watkins, you stop Diaby and Watkins, you stop Villa. And I think it's kind of similar to West Ham, isn't it? If you stop Kudos and Bowen, that kind of prefer the right side of the pitch.
Maybe Paqueta as well. Maybe Paqueta as well. He's a cracking player. He looked terrible. He looked terrible last night.
He did look shit. His pass was all over the place. Yeah.
I don't know whether he's got his eye on a Man City move or something, but he looked shocking last night. Iggy Tommy's made a good point.
There's the first.
Give Aina an extended contract. Absolutely, he's only on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he's.
How old is he?
I tell you what,
he's young.
That conversation will be happening now, because if it's not, it's stupid, right? One, I don't think the rest of the Premier League are fully aware yet of who Einar is, for a start. Yeah, a couple more games time. Yeah, they're going to start to know the name of Einar. There's going to be hype being built up around him if his form carries on like it is. You got to sneak that contract in the back door now before other people start sniffing. Because the thing people will forget, come January, he can legally talk to any other club.
Yeah.
He can buzz them up. He can
set free contract, can't he, to join at the end of the season for another club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that just for foreign clubs, though?
No,
that's for English.
No, any
clubs.
Okay, fair enough.
Any club. Once you're down to 6 months on your contract, you're free to start negotiations on there. So I think it's a good point by Tommy. I think it needs to be done sooner rather than later. And as he says, Aurier could go to Saudi. I'm with Dino on that one. I think Aurier is starting to make a few mistakes.
Yeah,
for me, I feel like the pace of the game's getting a little bit to him. He still looks in good nick, but again, it's another captain.
Tell you what he's good at. Wolfie. I tell you what he's good at. He's a bloody good captain.
He's a good leader. Yeah,
we could have these captains that just don't play.
I was going to say leader, but then I know how fond you are of calling people captains, so I thought I'd change it.
Yeah, we should go for captains that don't play, and then they could just happy clap on the bench. So we could have Worrell, vice captain Yates, and vice captain Aurier all sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but is it becoming a curse, man? Do you need to start? Do we need to start thinking? Do we not want to give certain players captaincies and they end up out of form and on the bench? You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if they say, "Do you want to be captain this week, Niakate?" And he's like, "No."
No.
Keep it away from me. It's the curse.
Joe's my leader kind of thing. Yeah. But all right, score lines. Seeing that you're all cocky and confident, and chat get going on this.
Just before we do that, I don't know if you want to. Going through the Premier League now, how many captains immediately spring to mind? You think, yeah, that's a good captain.
There's a few.
Liverpool, who's their captain?
Captain Birdseye.
Who?
Captain Birdseye.
Van
Great
Dijk.
captain, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What if he's not playing? All right. Well, what about Chelsea?
Chelsea don't even have a striker, let alone a captain.
Okay. What about who else is in the Premier League? What about Tottenham? You see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? There's no he's a brilliant captain. He drags the team through on his back. Don't happen anymore.
It don't happen anymore.
Yeah, but for why are you still wanting to talk about captains when you hate talking about captains?
We should be talking about the run of games that are coming.
All right, let's talk about the run of games. So, Dino, read them out to us and then tell us if you agree with my brother's theory from earlier. For those of you who didn't see the stream earlier, where were you, firstly? And then secondly, my brother claims that Forest he said could, and maybe should win the next 7 games. Go on, Dino, run us through it.
Sunday, West Ham. Then we've got Brighton at home, who, by the way, we took 4 points off last year and beat them at our place. Then we've got Everton at home. We have to beat them. Then we've got Fulham away, obviously missing Mitrovic. Then we've got Wolves away, struggling down the bottom. And that then takes us to Tottenham at home and then Bournemouth at home. And that takes us to December the 23rd. So we've got 4 home matches after Sunday and 2 away matches. So the home matches are Brighton, Everton, Tottenham and Bournemouth. And then the away matches are Fulham and Wolves. Who's confident? Are you confident, Anne? Or how many points out of that lot do you think? Because I'm seeing probably more in a run than we've ever had in the last season and a bit.
Well, if I go through them game by game, and this is assuming that we keep everybody fit and we keep a similar formation to the one we played on Sunday. Of those home games, there's none there that frighten me. I mean, I wish we were playing Tottenham tomorrow, to be honest, but there's none that particularly. If Tottenham get all their players back, then that's one way I'd accept a point. But we should be beaten. Who are they? Brighton. We've got a good chance.
Brighton, Everton.
They're up and down. Everton. We should, but we know what we've seen this season already. What happens when we should win games?
We took 4 points off Brighton last season when with a weaker squad, and their squad's got weaker as well.
And like I say, they're absolutely up and down. They're up and down. You don't know, do you? They could win 5-0 or lose 5-0, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then we've got
I mean, I would go into that match right now. Sorry, I would go to that match now quite confident against Brighton. I think, we can win. Wolves away, that's a tricky one because Wolves are a funny side. They look like everybody's favourite to go down, but they're playing really good football. Now, Neto's injured. That could have quite an effect on them.
One-man team. So, I love how Simon has done it, by the way, chat. So everyone copy Simon and give us WD and Ls on the next.
Are they for home they're for home matches, yeah? They're the home matches. WDLW, yeah?
Yeah, let's take the home matches.
Do the next 4. Let's do the next 4 just to make it simple.
Next 4 after West Ham.
Including West Ham.
Including West Ham. West Ham away, Brighton at home, Everton at home, Fulham away. So that's West Ham away, Brighton at home, Everton at home, and Fulham away.
So what are you saying on that, Dino? How many points are you seeing? Don't say 12.
Say
9.
12, Dino.
9. Okay.
Why? Are we dropping? We're losing to Brighton, are we?
No, I've got to kind of not say 12 because every time I say 12, we don't get anywhere near. But I would normally say that number.
So tricky. Before I come to you, Ad, let me just see something because I know you got to do some maths in your head now. That's 4 points from Tricky. That's 6, 7, 8 from Mark. Yeah. Craig's done the Dino. Craig, come on, Craig, man. Don't
drop 3 points somewhere.
It's down as a loss. Just a
you'll always forever go down as the 12th.
He won't tell us who he's put us down for a loss for, though. He won't tell us, will he?
No, you got to, Dino. If you're going to say 9, you got to.
You, God.
That's more like I can't believe we can get 12, so I'm going to say 9.
So what are you saying then? While I bring these up.
See, Emma's close to me.
Yeah. Look, the likelihood of us getting us 12 is very small, so I'm going to do a Dino and say 9.
Where are we losing?
Who said we're losing? Can't we draw 3? No, we can't, can we?
You can't, you better.
Don't give him maths.
No. Right. We're going to beat Brighton. We'll get 12. Yeah, we'll win them all.
Wait, so you're saying we beat West Ham?
Yeah.
Brighton.
We've got to beat West Ham. We've got to beat West Ham.
Our necks are on the line with Lawless and Jace, man. Yeah. Brighton, what you saying? A win?
I think we can. It's awkward. I think we can. Yeah, a win. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. We did last year. 3-1.
Everton at home. Everton at home.
We'll beat them. Yeah, I've had enough
You're
of
at
them.
9. Fulham away.
Yeah, we'll beat them. Yeah.
Away.
12. Yeah.
I hate playing Fulham away, man. I hate playing Fulham away.
I might change my mind before we get to that. I mean, that's weeks away. I might change my mind before we actually get to the match. But right now, I'm going 4 out of 4, 12 points, 8th in the league. There we go.
So 12 points would put us
probably higher than 8th, actually, wouldn't it?
That would put us on 25.
We'll be 6th. We'll be 6th.
That 25. That's already enough to save you from relegation this year.
Mate, 13 is enough already, I'd say. I wouldn't worry about relegation.
This is true. I like this. I like it. Yeah. Do you think we're on cloud cuckoo land? Maybe, Emma, but it's
lovely.
Listen.
Come, Emma, come join us. It's lovely up here in cloud cuckoo land.
Yeah. Your internet's better than this guy's, Ez is. So yeah, Ez has gone draw, win, draw.
We take that.
And that's quite popular in the chat, actually. Pat's done it in a different order.
We take that.
Louise is
sorry. Go on. You go.
No, you go on.
Sharpie's done it as well.
Draw, win, says Sharky.
Nobody has anybody predicted us to actually lose a game yet, by the way.
Yeah, Chapo.
Graham.
Love Graham. All postponed.
That's very similar to Wolverine's prediction, actually. Before we came on stream. Should we dig him out, Dino?
Dig me out.
It was going to be, we're going to lose. Did you say lose to West Ham? Basically, we're going to lose them all, according to him.
I didn't say we'll lose them all. I don't put words in my mouth.
Listen, you did, but he just woken up. He was grumpy.
No,
is anyone else in the chat grumpy when they have a nap in the day? Because I am, and he definitely is. Oh my god, we're gonna lose them. Everything, we're gonna go down. In Bournemouth, we're gonna smash us.
I've got this feeling we're gonna lose.
Look, for me, this game on Sunday is quite an important one. One, because me and Ant have kind of swung our dicks at Jason Lawless a bit, right? But second, I know I'm worried. But secondly, this is the game for me that will tell me a lot about Cooper. Because if Cooper can come out and win this style of game where you wouldn't say we're favorites, but we're not favorites, you know what I'm saying? It's almost, I would say it's 52-48 just because West Ham are at home. Yeah. If Cooper can come out on Sunday and produce a good performance, a good result, a win or a draw is absolutely fine in my opinion. Then this shows me evolution. And then the key games for me will be that Everton one and probably the Bournemouth one coming up, because these are the games that I'm still not convinced about him, that he's got the tactics to do it. Now, if he does it in there, then fantastic. I'm fully behind what he's doing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Does that make sense?
Look at Villa. They sat their high line up on the halfway line, a bit like Tottenham did last week.
Yeah,
and we just abused that. Richo, who do you support, mate? We can beat you.
It's Everton, isn't it? Everton.
Yeah, I mean they've picked up, haven't they, Richo? And they've shown a bit of gumption at the minute. This would be lovely, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? I
think we will be. Honestly, I think we will be. I think
can you imagine
4 teams.
The last part of the season just being almost stress-free. I can't bear it. I need the stress in my life.
I feel like you guys on the panel and some of you in the chat are forgetting who the fuck we support, right? It never works out that simple. Seriously.
You know incoming. You can see it.
Wolverine, we have a good squad. There's no reason for us to be involved, especially with the teams that have come up this year in Bournemouth. There's no excuse to be worried.
You've seen it as well,
Man, we were shit last season. We stayed up.
He has. And listen, he's lining us up for a fall on Sunday night. Well, whenever we do the GOR stream. Monday. I don't know if you got to beat the drop Monday, but yeah, he's lining us up for. I told you so.
I want to be told.
Well, he's one of them, isn't he, Dino? He's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them, isn't he?
Doom and gloom.
Have we got you back, brother?
I just worry. I worry. I worry, man.
Don't worry. Be happy. Don't
No,
worry.
because I can't go into a game.
I'm the one that's going to have to fucking sing the song.
Yeah, but I'm the one who's going to have to deal with all the abuse.
Yeah, Chapo's right. We never do it easy. Ezzy, you back with us, buddy?
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. Like, because I've just seen it so many times.
About
no, mate.
Hey. Over.
I'm not in sync again, am I?
You
That's
are
okay.
in sync. Over.
Over.
Ez?
I'm going to start swearing.
Over's when you talk. When we say over, you talk.
Yeah,
I'm here, sort of.
Over.
He's sort of here. Well, while we're doing that,
it doesn't make any difference when you say over.
Sharky, over to Sharky with the £2. Spursy and Foresty. It's so true, man. It's so true. Like growing up with my brother, it was always like, oh God, there's a Forest. Oh God, it's gone Spursy. It was just like who was gonna crack first, right? And I can't explain it. I can't explain it. The feeling of being confident almost makes me feel unconfident.
You're talking to a man who went 42 games unbeaten, mate. I'm confident.
You did on your own.
I was born.
Hey, more like no sync crypto.
That's what YouTubers do these days. I've seen it on other channels. They say, I got a point last week, and so that must be the way that we YouTubers talk.
Yeah.
To bring you back down to earth.
Hey, Dino, deep it.
To bring you back down to earth.
Wait, Dino, sorry, 1 second. Brandon, another super chat from Brandon. Sorry, bro. I was in my nerves. I missed it. Thank you for the £2. Opinion on Santos. Send him back or play him. I like him. I'd keep him personally. Chat, would you keep him or send him back? I like him. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's a crack.
I've not seen enough of him, but why send him back? He's just got to wait his turn.
It's it's up to Chelsea at the end of the day. If they say, look, he's not playing, we may as well have him back, then that's fair enough, isn't it?
Can I just finish my point about the fixtures? Sorry.
Yeah.
Just so you all don't think me and Ant are deluded and we've gone all happy clappy. In Boxing Day, we've got Newcastle away. Then we've got Man United at home, Brentford away, and Arsenal at home. So
another 12.
I might have a slightly different opinion for those games.
I'll tell you what, we will beat Man U. If Ten Shag is still in there, we will beat Man U. Who will Santos get in over Wolverine? I'm not saying start him. I'm saying use him for the squad. 2 reasons on Santos, right? Number 1, I rate him highly. I think he's really good, yeah. Number 2, he's a freebie in terms of he doesn't take up one of the 25-man squad. And look at it now with the injuries we've had, with the attacking players that we haven't got, because we got too many over 25 defenders in that squad. Therefore, why not keep him in? Because he's a freebie. Yes, it will piss Chelsea off, but I don't care about Chelsea. He can't go back to Chelsea and get in that team. Yeah, maybe he could go elsewhere and get a loan. But I am telling you, number 3, come African Cup of Nations, when Sangare has to go, as an example, yeah, he is the ideal replacement for him. I know a lot of people are going to say Yates this, Yates that, but Santos is quality. And come the AFCON, he will be exactly what we need. That's what I'm saying. Santos is
brilliant. It's brilliant. When I said I did make the point, Chelsea will want him back. Not that I wanted him to go back. Santos is brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
I'd really like to see the guy get, but at the moment he ain't getting in that side. Neither Danilo, by the way. Danilo, who we all adore. You know,
can we talk about him? Can we talk about him? What do we do with Danilo, or what does Cooper do with Danilo, man?
Well, at the moment, he's just got to wait his chance. A bit drop in form or an injury or a suspension to somebody in that midfield. And when I say somebody, I'm probably talking about Dominguez. You know, because at the moment, he could probably... I like
There'll be injuries.
I really like Mangala.
He'll get his chance. Cooper obviously likes him because he brought him on, didn't he?
He does.
He obviously likes him. And he does talk about him in his presses. Ez, we're going to go over to you now because you're kind of sitting in the background. Just saying. Oh,
no, he's gone. But before we go over to the next bit, as Laurie said, get those likes up. There's nearly 275 of you in here. We're on 90 likes, guys. Hit that like button. And don't forget, if you haven't got your Big Norm tickets, grab those. I don't know how many's left. I'll check with Joe probably on Monday, or he'll message me as soon as they're sold out. So make sure you get those in. But yeah, Danilo is an interesting topic, Dino, because as you said, Cooper really likes him. But he can't get in right now, can he? Or is that us with too much recency bias?
Who's the AFCON players that we've got? Taiwo. Sangare.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kiate, Niakate,
Aurier.
Einar.
We're shagged, aren't we?
We need to be safe by Christmas. Put it that way, then, isn't it?
Yeah. And when does it kick off? Does it kick off?
January.
End of January.
So we get these games out of the way. You're right. We really need to get the most out of these games if we can.
Yeah.
I mean, Richo, Everton's going to be really hard, mate. I really appreciate you being in here.
Yeah. So, but that's the point. Fast forward 10 minutes, Wolverine. Onto his number 37 reason to keep him. No, I only had 3, and I think you can't argue back my 3. I can't on Santos. But with Danilo, I almost want him to start. Right? Should I tell you why? But I don't know how to start player. That. But he's the one who breaks through the lines into the box, which Dominguez did a couple of times against Villa. Look, the only criticism I had on Dominguez against Villa was he should have got 2 goals, to be honest.
Dominguez and Danilo are almost identical players, you know.
Who's better, Danilo or Dominguez?
I think well, they're both they're both good, but I think it's not who's better overall. I think it's who's on form, and I think form will dip. All footballers' form dips, so you're going to get Dominguez flying, and then he'll have some bad games, and then that's when these other lads will get a chance. But Santos, going back to Santos, I don't know. I don't know when he's going to get some time. I don't know when Bamidele's going to get some time either. Is he a long-term project? I mean, what's the deal? He's proper down the pecking order, man.
Would you chuck him out on loan, Dino?
I probably would.
I'm with Bamidele.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to go on loan. If he ain't getting in, he's got to go on loan. But going back to Danilo. Yeah. Look, if we get an injury to Dominguez, isn't it nice we can bring in a player like Danilo? Correct. You imagine if we didn't have Danilo, we all love Yatesy, but he's kind of limited in that respect. He's not a Danilo, he's not a Dominguez. We're so fortunate at the moment right now that if we do have an injury, we've got some really good backup players. They're not backup players, they're competitors for that area. That's really good. I think that's really, a really good situation for us to be in. I think we should appreciate that. It's not a case of who plays. Is it Dominguez? Is it Danilo? Whatever. It's okay. Dominguez at the moment is playing really well. He's got that position. But if he drops off, gets injured or a suspension, what a player we've got to come in. And, even during a match, that can happen. Dominguez is getting tired. He's not having the effect. What a great position for us to be in compared with.
Yeah, it is. And that's how Man City win so much. They've got a strong bench. Exactly. Tricky Mickey's put it there, strong bench. They've got a strong bench. And, although we're not on the same level, we've got a strong bench for us compared to what we had last season.
Yeah.
But, with a strong bench comes people like, who's the guy that left to go to Brighton from Man City? No, where did he go?
Chelsea.
Cole Palmer.
Chelsea. Yeah, Cole Palmer. I mean, I think Pep would have been happy to have him on the bench forever, wouldn't he? As backup to Alvarez type, Haaland type. But he wanted first team football and he wasn't getting it. So he's moved.
Just Sharky has aimed a question at Ant with his £2. Best ever match. All right, you want to read it out? Ant? You read out. This is aimed at you.
Question: best ever match, Ant. Man U versus Forest, 77. It was kind of special. 4-0 away at Old Trafford. Although, to be honest, we were so good at that time. It wasn't that much of a surprise because Man U weren't brilliant at that time, and we just went there and wiped the floor with them, and it was easy peasy.
Love to play him now.
The same now, huh?
I'd love to play him now.
I said, yeah, I'd love to play him. Yeah, I was just about to say it'd probably be the same around now if we played them, actually. But But, you know, I mean, bearing in mind, we'd just come out of the old second division. It was our first season back in the top flight. And we go to Old Trafford and win 4-0. You know, it's pretty special.
You see, my favorite was the 2-1, and well, obviously I don't go as far back as you.
Yeah, well, I was at both of them, so that one was pretty. I remember at the end of a 2-1 one, with the Stan Collymore one, where Giggs got absolutely annihilated by Des Little. I remember at the end of the match, turning around to me saying, "Fucking hell, we've done it! We've done it!" You know, it was a great game, great game. There's been lots of good. Forest 3, Cologne 3. That was. We were 3-1 down with that with a few minutes to go on the muddiest pitch you'll ever see in our life. And John Robertson took over. Man,
brilliant player.
Don't stop.
Look at us reminiscing.
Yeah,
let's get one good result. Let's get one good result, and we're bringing all the old memories back.
Can I ask a question? I'm going to regret this. But chat, what is your favorite game of all time as a Forest one? And I'm with Chapo, man. That's the one.
I mean, I remember us beating Chelsea 6-0. No big deal. Yeah, we're just hammer them.
Yeah, but and that was even. I remember we beat them 1-0 with Jason Lee scoring. Yeah, and that was the year we were going down. We were crap. It was no big deal.
This is what I think about Chelsea fans and West Ham fans. That's why I can't take them seriously. Because of the Premier League exposure, they think they're big clubs now. When I go back to years ago, they weren't big clubs. And they're not big clubs. They just have a lot of exposure these days.
A lot of money.
What was your favorite, Dino?
What era?
No game.
What's 7-0. Sorry, Doc.
God, there's so many. I actually think it was more recent than that. I think it was getting promoted away at Peterborough.
Villa 2-0.
No. It was getting promoted away at Peterborough when we took like 3 sides of the ground. It was fantastic. You know,
we went 2-0 down.
The pitch was immaculate, by the way. Say again.
We went 2-0 down after 10 minutes. We're all saying, "Hang on, this is not supposed to happen. This is fucking Peterborough." We went 2-0 down after 10 minutes.
This is Collymore and Stone was there, wasn't he? Steve Stone, and oh my God,
Psycho scored. Stan scored last minute to send us up 3-2. Oh man,
it was a great atmosphere that day.
I really like that.
Well, that's more recent than the old ones, but yeah, I mean, like I say, I've been supporting a long time. So,
the Sheffield Wednesday one was good.
7 years I've been following Forest.
I was at that game as well. That was beautiful. Lars Bowen and Ian Woad. Oh, it was beautiful to see. But I tell you what. Now, this is recency bias. I don't doubt this because I've seen us win cups up European Cup, exactly. But that playoff final, even though it was the shittest match you've ever seen, that was special. That was special.
My first ever cup final was a Charity Shield against Ipswich when we won 5-0. They'd won the FA Cup.
I was at that game as well. 5-0.
And I remember that. It was my first ever cup final.
Cup final, Dino.
Huh?
Does that class as a cup final?
I remember going to the League Cup final.
Big Wembley occasion.
Yeah, I remember also going to cup final in the League Cup when Jemson scored just after half time and I was still in the toilet. I missed the goal.
Listen, I remember going to Wembley when we beat Southampton 3-2 in the League Cup final, 1979-80, something like that. It was the days when you used to take banners, and me and my mate had this great big banner, and it said something. We'd painted it and said something along the lines of, Forest send Saints to hell, something like that.
I remember going to Main Road. It was a Main Road, Man City, and it was a time where they were like having riots outside the ground about the ownership. And I remember parking my car. A kid came out the door and said, "Excuse me, mister, I've watched your car for a £5." I was like, "No, you're all right." Went into about to go into the pub before the match. Out come this guy, flew out. It was like the Western when the barn doors fly open and the guy falls out. Then another guy, and this massive guy came out and he was literally knocking everybody out in the pub. So we skipped past that pub. There was a protest outside the stadium. I think we went in. I think it was 3-1 the score. I don't know if anybody else can remember that at Main Road.
Which game's this, mate? Which game's this?
Man City away. Came out. Came out as a league match. Came out, walked down, and every single Forest car where the park was windows smashed. 2 cars from mine, the window smashing stopped. So that was the £5 protection which I didn't give
I
him.
know
Anyway.
Liverpool used to always get that. Hey, mate, give him a quid, mate.
It was rough at Main Road, mate, because that was in Moss Side, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the Moss Side area. Rough as a badger's horse, man.
Oh man, I got some Moss Side stories that I'll save for members stream. I got stuck in Moss Side once. Wow.
Anyway, I think
we should do a members stream.
We'll do a members stream on reminiscing.
Memory lane.
Yeah,
we'll call it members memory lane. There, so make sure you remember it's only 99p.
Punch up memory lane. I've got some Leicester ones away, Filbert Street, and I've got some Sheffield Wednesday one away as well.
I'll tell you what,
me, Dino, and the 3 old farts in the chat. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll do it in the international break, like midweek.
Yeah.
If you remember, we'll do a memory lane.
Well, Wolverine. I've got some of my brother's stories as well from West Ham away. So, but we'll save that for a member stream. It'll be fun. There's some funny stories.
Yeah, we'll bring those up. West Ham away. I think we were losing 3-0, and Paul McGregor scored in the last minute. That's my memory of Upton Park. Paul McGregor scored in the last minute.
Did he play at Villa as well?
No, he disappeared, didn't he? He was in a band as well. He was in a band. You're supposed to go watch him down Rock City.
Paul McGregor.
Yeah, Paul McGregor. Yeah, blonde.
He was quality. Number 20, quality. I so rated him, man, as a kid because he was in a band. I used to play the guitar as well, yeah. And you know, we'd lost Collymore, and I had no one to look up to apart from Paul McGregor with his nice freaking mop head. And then when I found out he played in a band, I was like, yeah, this is my hero. And then nothing.
Yeah. He was massive for a bit because he scored a goal in one of the European competitions. Yeah. And like you say, just gradually disappeared.
Do you remember
it was really big for a while? All the papers were talking about him. All the, you know.
They did a few little exclusives on him as well, didn't they? I remember seeing him on teletext back in those days, CFAX or whatever it was. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about Villa for a second. It was McGrath. I thought you'd mentioned
McGrath,
yeah. Dodgy knees.
Nothing to do with him.
Yeah, Paul McGregor. Maybe we'll get him on. All right. Anyway, we'll save that for next.
Hang on, Chris says Paul McGregor coaches my cousin's under 13s girls side. Is that serious?
Are you serious, Chris? If he does, tell him we'd like a word with him and tell him like what happened. He was one of my boyhood going to be heroes, and then he just disappeared.
He
just disappeared. City. All right, we've completely digressed. We'll save this for a live stream. Quick results chat in the chat. Get him in. Hit the likes. And results Sunday.
Well, before that, I just want to say to people that's a little micro whatever of our what our members only streams are. We do kind of go off piste and talk about all sorts of bollocks. You know what I mean? It's quite a laugh, and the chat join in, and you know we have a laugh. 2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest.
Yeah. Example A, Zorro.
Dino.
Yeah,
2-1 Forest. I was going to go the same one.
Ez over.
Ez over.
I think we're going to get smashed.
See you later, guys.
No, not over and out, CB. We want your score.
Over.
I don't think Ez has quite got the grip of this.
I think West Ham will smash us. And they'll beat us. And I think Antonio's going to score a couple. All right, I'm going to say.
You do make me swear.
Ez, what's the fucking score going to be? Over.
Let's see how long the delay is. On that note, we'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.